type the word unbelievable. To you, it is one word. Before a language model can touch it, another machine decides where to cut. The model does not receive words directly. It receives a sequence of integer IDs. The system that creates that sequence is called a tokenizer. A token is one reusable unit in that encoding. Depending on the tokenizer, it may be a whole word, part of a word, punctuation, white space, a character, or bytes. Why not use one token for every word? The dictionary would become enormous, and new names would fall outside it. Why not use only characters or bytes? The sequences become much longer. Subword tokenization lives between those extremes. Common patterns can stay together. Rare text can still be assembled from smaller pieces. Modern systems often choose some version of this compromise. To see how tokens are created, imagine training a tiny tokenizer. First, collect a representative text corpus. The tokenizer studies repeated symbol patterns, not facts or meaning. Before the main language model is trained, designers choose a target vocabulary size, perhaps thousands or tens of thousands of entries. That choice sets how many reusable pieces the tokenizer may keep. A byte-level BPE tokenizer can begin with the possible byte values plus special control tokens. Other tokenizers may begin from characters. Either way, the first pieces are deliberately small. Now scan the corpus and count adjacent pairs within the allowed boundaries. In our Toy Star corpus, S followed by T appears again and again. The trainer merges that frequent pair into one new symbol. S plus T becomes ST. The new piece enters the vocabulary with its own merge priority. Then the counts change and the process repeats. ST may merge with ASTA, may merge with R, step by step. Frequent local patterns become larger tokens. A common pattern like star can become one bright constellation. A rare sequence remains several smaller pieces. The vocabulary grows until the selected limit or merge budget is reached. Training the tokenizer produces a frozen atlas, normalization rules, boundary rules, vocabulary entries, special tokens, and merge priorities. The language model will be trained to use this exact atlas. Later, when new text arrives, the tokenizer does not learn again. It applies the frozen rules and merge priorities to segment the incoming bytes or characters. Spaces, capitalization, punctuation, and normalization can change the result. A leading space may belong to the next token. A familiar word can split differently when its surroundings change. Each final token maps to one integer ID in the vocabulary. The number is only a catalog index. Token 42 is not more meaningful than token 7. An embedding table uses each ID to select a vector of learned numbers. During language model training, those vectors change until tokens used in related patterns gain useful internal relationships. Position information is then added or encoded, because the same token in the first position is not the same event as that token appearing later. Only now does the transformer begin its work. It processes a sequence of vectors, not a sentence painted on the screen, and not a row of dictionary definitions. Vocabulary size changes the entire system. A smaller vocabulary needs fewer embedding rows and handles unusual text with tiny pieces, but it usually creates longer token sequences. A larger vocabulary can compress common text into fewer tokens, but the embedding and output tables grow, and specialized pieces may receive fewer useful examples during training. There is no universal best size. The right balance depends on the training corpus, supported languages, model architecture, available compute, and the kinds of text the system must handle. This choice also has distributional consequences. Two languages can express the same idea, yet one may require many more tokens because its patterns were less efficiently represented in the training corpus. Emoji reveal the machinery clearly. One visible symbol may contain several Unicode code points and many bytes. Depending on the vocabulary, it may become one token or several. Different tokenizers can split the same sentence in different places and assign completely different IDs. A token number is meaningful only inside the vocabulary that created it. BPE is not the only design. WordPiece scores candidate pieces differently. Unigram tokenizers begin with many pieces and prune them. Some models operate directly on characters or bytes. Whatever the method, the tokenizer and model form one locked pair, replace the tokenizer, and the same IDs point to the wrong learned vectors. The model's input language breaks. Context windows are measured in tokens, not words. Tokenization therefore changes how much text fits, how much computation is required, and often how usage is counted. But the tokenizer still does not understand the sentence. It packages text into reusable units, meaning emerges later from how the trained model relates those units across context. Keep the complete pipeline in mind. Text enters a frozen tokenizer. Learned rules create tokens. Vocabulary entries produce IDs. IDs select embeddings. The model transforms those vectors and predicts what comes next. Tokens are the engineered interface between language and mathematics. Their boundaries are learned, their IDs are arbitrary, and their consequences reach through the entire language model.